Shalom, my hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our broadcast. Today, we are so very pleased you have joined us. As you come in, a little bit of housekeeping before we get ready to start our most important war briefing. I'm so pleased that you've joined us, and I'm so excited about today's very important and insightful and necessary topic of the incoming president. But before we get ready to talk about that, please come in, giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. I ask that you do that because it helps to draw other folk into the broadcast. And as you know, we are Black media using alternative and a multitude of platforms to reach our people. So your participation helps us to market and let other folk know about tuning into this most important show, broadcast, network. Are you hearing me today? So be sure to like and share at the bottom of your screen, especially share at the bottom of your screen. You'll see a share button. You can copy the link to share, and then you paste the link on your emails, on social media, your social media outlets. You can text it to someone. Please help us to do that. Just very quickly, I also want you to make sure that you join my mastermind course. I'm conducting it tomorrow. It's on Wednesday nights, where I drop and download a metaphysical principle, spiritual principle, in other words. And it's powerful. It's insightful. I break it down. You get to have exclusive access to me there, where you can ask me questions. It is an amazing spiritual family that we are growing, and we want you to be a part of it. It's still $1 for the first 30 days. Clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. Thank you so very much for joining us and tuning in today. Now, dear family, let me see about very quickly informing my Instagram family that I'm over here as well, okay? All right. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Thank you so very much. Shout out to my Instagram family. Instagram, I want you to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. I'm here live and direct. I'm going to need to use this device here in just a moment. So Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Again, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Shout out to our moderator that's in the digital building. By the way, dear family, and we're getting ready to move into our topic. They're highlighted in blue is our amazing moderator, Motown House. He's going to be posting very important links, so be sure to take note of that, copy them, and follow up on them later on when you get a chance, okay? Thank you so very much. Now, dear family, today I want to discuss a very important subject in the wake of tomorrow's inauguration. Tomorrow's inauguration of Joseph Biden. Are y'all hearing me today? In the wake of Joe Biden's inauguration, a country that is certainly fraught and divided. And when we say divided, you know, that's something that the white media is using. But Black folk, we should never really get caught up in talking about divided. Of course, the Democrats and Republicans are divided. Those are different. Those are still equally white supremacists, the same way the North and the South were divided. The North and the South were divided over what? over slavery. So it's kind of silly, to say, the country is divided. Well, black folk, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Somebody talk black to me. We got to stop. We have to remember to remove ourselves from these white on white crimes and beefs and conflicts. What do you mean? Of course, the country is divided. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You are black. What do you mean, Vicky? We're black. So you're black, Republican or Democrat. Those labels have nothing to do with you. Somebody talk black to me. That has nothing to do with you. Shout out to you, Lisa. You're always my greatest inspiration, Queen Vicky. Thank you, Lisa. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Now, let me tell you something. Watch this. Let me tell you something. In the wake of this country, white folks being divided amongst themselves about the black spoils, God, today. The beefing amongst white folk has to do with one type of white supremacist that's mad about the other white supremacists not moving fast enough to get rid of black people or to quote unquote put us in our place. The Donald Trump white supremacist supporters, the MAGA folk, Ku Klux Klan. When they were down there at the Capitol, none of them were fighting because of COVID. None of them were tripping because they said they was out of job because of COVID. Remember, the people that showed up were who? Judges' children, state lawmakers. The U.S. lawmakers are the U.S. GOP Congress folk are said to have actually given intel and provided some insight into how to get around the Capitol. It was white Olympians. Somebody talk black to me. It was white folk, white supremacists that's in the military, right? White folk that were active police folk. It was a white CEO tech giant that was amongst the individuals. So family, black folk, we don't compare our struggle with white folk. They're not out there because they have a true grievance. I'm going to keep hammering that home. I'm never going to let you be in la la land, and I'm never going to let any black bootlick of any brand, any sort, coming from anybody's woods. Somebody talk black to me. Coming out of anybody's alley to just spout off at the mouth things that are untrue because they are not spiritually intelligent or discerning, or because they lack an insight of specific history. The white supremacist first and foremost does what? Lies. The people that got there, watch this. Some of the white supremacists, have y'all heard that they're now, because they're terrorists, somebody say terrorist. You don't have to put it in the chat because I don't want these platforms messing with your comments. But somebody, it just in your car right now, if you're in your car, if you're in your house, if you're with the kids, if you're in the kitchen, somebody talk black to me. Sis, if you're taking your bubble bath right now, or if y'all doing something else in the bathroom and stuff, keep it to yourself. If you're on a job and they don't know that you're listening to me right now, say it in your mind. Say these terrorists. What do they do when someone is identified as a terrorist, black family? They put them on a no-fly list, right? So now they've put a couple of these white terrorists on no-fly list. Have y'all been seeing the reports where they out there actually crying and acting a total donkey? Thank you, Vicky Diller fan page that's in the digital building. Shout out to my Beehive. They put a T in the chat. Yeah, just put a T in the chat. Just put a T, y'all. So what are you supposed to do with terrorists? If you don't object to America putting foreign terrorists on a no-fly zone to restrict their movement, somebody talk black to me, so that they're not able to effectuate, somebody say effectuate their crimes. You you put them on a no-fly zone. So these white supremacists done lost their mind. They out there cutting up and crying and stuff because they kicking their tails off planes. You don't get to bust up in a Capitol illegally with the mind to assassinate and murder, and then y'all recorded it and said that's what you was down there to do. See, these white supremacists, terrorists, domestic terrorists, watch this. They had good jobs. They have 401ks, insurance and stuff. The jobs are so good, watch this, they were able to take off work and commit a crime and go back home. The jobs are so good, some of them had, they could pay for their guns and stuff. They were responsible for actually organizing other little domestic terrorists to go down there with them and stuff. These are not run-of-the-mill struggle white people. And again, even if they were struggle white people, would that be our concern? See, that's only the concern of the help, the Sambo, the coon, the boot lick, the bone, and the biscuit. When someone commits a crime, a domestic terrorist attack, not because Breonna Taylor, Kenneth Walker, somebody was illegally intruding in your home, lied to get in there and murdered you, and then to cover up their murder of you, they framed your man who was a lawful gun owner because he was there to protect you. That ain't the same. Somebody say that ain't the same. Somebody say that's not the same. Now get back to this no-fly zone and stuff. Shout out to my Instagram. I want you to get ready to come on over to flyNewbeingQueenTV.com. Y'all see me with this big hair. The lady with the curly braids. Somebody talk black to me. Now watch some little simp gonna be out there saying, why she got to wear that wig? It's braids, slowness. Braids are an original hairstyle. And even if it wasn't, even if I did have on one, I'm a black woman, so whatever style I wear is a black style. Somebody talk black to me. I'm the original woman. But I just got it real big today. My curly braids. Somebody talk black to me. If it ain't big, it ain't me. God, today. I have big dreams, big hair, big jewelry. Y'all play too much. I wanted to really emphasize this with you today, family, because of the environment that we're in right now. We're dealing with domestic terrorists. White supremacist domestic terrorists. Shout out to you, Judah, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Like and share. Watch this. So these white supremacist domestic terrorists, we identify them as white supremacists. As I've taught you, there's the truth and the lie to white supremacy, right? The truth to white supremacy is the systems that have been erected based on the lie that white folks are actually superior to black folk. The lie of white supremacy was invented by the white supremacists in order to justify their domination over and oppression of black people and the other darker people of the nations. Somebody said there's a truth and there's a lie to white supremacy. Now, some of our esteemed black elders have encouraged us to specifically call it white supremacy. Shout out to you, Mr. L. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Mr. L said, do it big, queen. Love you every day. I love you back. You know, that's all I know to do. 1,000-fold. Mr. L said, do it big, queen. Love you every day. I love you back. You know, that's all I know to do. Thank you, beloved. Listen. Our esteemed scholar elders have told us to specifically use the word white supremacist. And the reason we know it's effective when we use it because it ticks off the white supremacists when we use it. It targets and exposes them. When we're using it, we're not saying you're better than us. We're calling out the libelous ideology that undergirds every system and area of people activity. I just broke that down. Shout out to my HBC students that's in the digital building. I received such a beautiful compliment comment the other day from a beautiful HBC student that's moving now, I think into law school, and they said that all of the different HBCU conferences that they attend, they said, Vicky, you are the main topic trending. And he said, keep waking up the people. I was so honored. When we have the minds of our youth, when we're impacting and influencing our youth, our soon-to-be leaders, oh, baby, we're doing something. I love you to pieces. Shout out to you, Travis. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Now listen. In the wake of this white supremacist domestic terrorist attack, this insurrection, in the wake of the holy uprisings that took place all throughout last year, when we rose up to push against white supremacy, when we began to get the attention of the world once again, in the wake of this global pandemic, in the wake of so many other manifestations of oppression, Joe Biden is about to be inaugurated in that environment, right? Oh yes, we're back. Your Black FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. You know, all last week I was at Your Black World because we were so rudely interrupted, but we're back now, and the team is doing the background stuff to take care of the reason we were interrupted in the first place. But I was so pleased to be on several of the other platforms. I saw many of you there, so get used to us being back in routine here on FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. Tell everybody that you know, would you? Thank you so very much. So in the wake of all of these things, Joe Biden put together a list of actions that he's going to immediately take as soon as he's sworn in. Many of them executive orders. For those of you that don't know, executive orders are things that the president can sign without the approval or need for it to pass through Congress. He doesn't need Congress's permission. When laws are passed, statutes are passed, things of that nature, it requires the Congress to pass them and the president to sign them. But there are some things like the use of the executive orders. A lot of times when you do stuff with executive orders, they tend to have a temporary limit on them. So there's a short period of time that the executive orders are in effect, but he's talking about his list of executive actions that he's getting ready to take as soon as he takes the White House. I want to be very clear. I'm getting ready to read to you from this list, his list, Joe Biden's list of immediate actions that he's getting ready to take. And I want you to see how blacklist it is. That's from the dictionary. I want you to see how blacklist it is. Just so you know, Instagram, come on over to FlyNewBeQueenTV.com because I'm fixing to use the device right now. Instagram, come on over to FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. Watch this. Got a little bit of my hair flying right here. Watch this. I'm bringing this up, family, not to just criticize and rail and fuss and expose Joe Biden for what we always knew he was. I'm bringing this to your attention because your goal now should be to keep pressure on and keep our foot on the political necks of those that are going to hold power. Since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are expected to now take the White House tomorrow at noon, well, when he's sworn in at noon, your job now is not just to simply say he's no better than Donald Trump or Donald Trump is no better than him. Donald Trump is an especially unique devil And Joe Biden is a different brand of devil. Somebody talk black to me. I love you back, Erica. And yes, I loved your gift, beloved. Thank you so much. So I want you to listen to this right now. Instagram, come on over to flynewbeingqueentv.com. Thank you so very much. Now, family, while I'm completing my Instagram post, I want you to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe with you. If you're watching us on flynewbeingqueentv.com or one of our YouTube affiliates, please thumbs up and share, okay? If you happen to be watching us on another platform, we know that the algorithms, the setup, the icons, and the way you engage is different. Please like and please share. Would you? Please like and please share on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share. Now let me go ahead and get this prepped for you. Now that my post should be getting ready to go up on Instagram. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, like and share. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to be back, dear family, here at Fly New Being Queen. I'm here Monday through Fridays, typically 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know we'll get back into the swing of things, so we're patient. Just let everybody you know, inform them that we're back. Now watch this article, and I'm gonna read to you from 2. Y'all know I just do a lot of receipts. Y'all know how I do. This New York Times piece. Look at this headline. Can you all see it? This New York Times piece says Biden plans to roll out dozens of executive orders in his first 10 days as president. How many days? His first 10 days in the presidency, he already has his list of priorities. Now, again, I'm making this point not to just beat up on Joe Biden. This is not the time for us to say Joe Biden ain't no better than Trump. They're the same. No, Biden is getting ready to take power. That means that black folks need to be trying to take advantage. Somebody talk black to me. Trump didn't give us reparations. By the way, follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. You'll see where I posted a link that Trump just killed a bunch of black men before he went out. You all know that some of the federal executions have been stayed for quite some time, right? Well, just as Trump was headed out, for those of you silly Negroes that act like you don't understand how this nut is a white supremacist. Oh, I bless you all 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. Who are given to support us. Let me just say this real quick as I'm prepping this other article. Did you all see that? So Trump is headed out, and true to the son of a Klansman that he is. Y'all know we're not using that term. I'm not using that term in a facetious manner. I mean, literally, Trump is the son of a Klansman. Y'all do know that, right? Hell, if you don't know, his actions should tell you. Excuse me. I want you to look at this CNN piece. This one is on Dustin Higgs. Just written a couple of days ago. Look at this. Y'all see him? Dustin Higgs executed less than a week before Inauguration Day. Trump reinstituted capital punishment. Here is a picture. I know I put it in here somewhere. Look at this. I got this one from Democracy Now! Because I wanted a quick photo of several of the people that he murdered. All of them black except for the lady. So right before Trump leaves, he sticks it to the Negroes. The two of you that he pardoned. I said the two of you that he pardoned and the two of you he used for photo ops for his political agenda. On his way out, long after the election is over, he sticks it to the Negroes. I just wanted to give you that news right there. Somebody tell everybody about that. Dustin Higgins was executed in the early hours of Saturday morning. This just happened, you all. This piece was just written on the 16th. Thank you, Xavier, for your gift. I received my calendar today. So beautiful. Thanks for all you do. Oh, you're so welcome. I've been getting so many reports of people that said they received their calendar. People are over the moon. They tweeted me, Instagram me. I'm so glad. I put my heart into it. Family, make sure that you read your angelic thought for the day. Read the scripture for the month, rather, and meditate on them every single day. It's very, very powerful, okay? And then I also put a special word for you on the back of the calendar straight for me, okay? Thank you so much. Thumbs up, like, and share. And more importantly, thank you for your support. Dustin John Higgins was executed in the early hours of Saturday morning, becoming the 13th and last federal death row inmate to be executed since the Justice Department restarted the federal executions as recently as 2019, you guys. Higgs, I think I call him Higgins, forgive me. Dustin Higgs, this is the brother that you see, maintained his innocence until his death, according to a pool report. The tone of his voice was calm but defiant as he said his last words, quote, "I'd like to say I'm an innocent man," he said, mentioning the three women by name. "I did not order the murders," the report said. Higgs's execution went forward despite his attorney Sean Nolan's appeal to delay the proceeding because of Higgs's COVID-19 diagnosis. Nolan also argued that Higgs was unfairly sentenced since the actual gunman is serving a life sentence. Did y'all hear that? I said since the actual gunman in the case. Since the actual gunman in the case. Y'all ain't listening to me. This is your little Donald Trump that some of you all was caping for. He murdered a bunch of black men as he's headed out. Last few weeks and months of his little term. The actual gunman is serving a life sentence. But the brother who wasn't the gunman was murdered, executed by Trump. I'm not getting ready to go down there because that's not my main topic today. But I just wanted to report that. So because see, some of y'all ain't paying attention. And I just showed you the face of several black men. And you all know that the death penalty is disproportionate to killing black folk anyway. Are y'all hearing me today? Thumbs up, like, and share, family. Watch this. Now, Vicky, get on to your main topic. Joe Biden's executive orders. Listen to what the Times piece says. President-elect Joseph R. Biden Jr. plans to start his administration with dozens of executive orders on top of expansive legislation proposals. Watch this. In a 10-day blitz meant to signal a turning point for a nation reeling from disease, economic turmoil, racial strife, and now the aftermath of the assault of the Capitol. Mr. Biden's team has developed a raft of decrees that he can issue on his own authority after the inauguration. That's why they're executive orders. He can do it of his own authority without Congress's approval. Watch this. Let me skip to the paragraph. Because when I was reading through this, I said, this madness. Okay, this is the paragraph. Here it is. On his first day in office alone, I'm going to need black people to listen. I'm going to need black people to listen. Again, I'm going to always give Joe Biden this work. We're going to always expose them. We're going to keep our foot on their necks to expose them, and we're going to keep pressure on them to manifest, to work, and to execute a black agenda. So yes, we're going to call this out now. Some of you don't know how to fight. Some of you don't know how to make sure that you maintain yourself as a priority and that you call them out. That's why Vicky's talking about it, for the people that don't understand why we talk about this. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now listen, on his first day in office alone, Mr. Biden intends a flurry of executive orders that will be partially substantive. Thank you, lady, for supporting us. Shout out to Queen V with the curly braids. Much love. Thank you. I love you back, sis. Watch this. They include, when did I say? First, I told you the first paragraph said what? First 10-day blitz, right? Now, this one says in his first day alone. First day in office alone. They include rescinding the travel ban on several predominantly Muslim countries, rejoining the Paris Climate Change Accord. Is any of that black yet like that? Now, we know black folk are Muslims and stuff. I don't mean that. That has to do specifically with a religion, not directly black folks. Because there are other people, different kind of people that's Muslim. Watch this. Rejoining the Paris Climate Change Accord, extending pandemic-related limits of evictions and student loan payments. Y'all ain't listening. Issuing a mask mandate for federal property and interstate travel, and ordering agencies to figure out how to unite children separated from their families or after crossing the border, according to a memo circulated on Saturday by Ron Klain. Klain might be right, but Klain. I said Klain might be right, but it's Klain. I love you back, Hazina. Listen, his incoming White House chief of staff obtained by the New York Times. They said that's the first day alone. Well, Vicky, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with him focusing on travel bans and Paris Climate Change Accords? What's wrong with him talking about eviction and student loan payments, issuing mass mandates for federal property and interstate travel, ordering agencies, watch this, ordering agencies to figure out how to reunite children separated from their families after crossing the border. Watch this. This is day one. I said, this is Joe Biden's commitment, not just for the 10-day blitz, but this specific part said what he's going to do tomorrow. Now, why am I tripping? Hit that note. What congressman from the South, I'm giving you hints, looks and smells like Jim Crow, reminds you of cotton and chitlins? Which congressman fits that description that is responsible for endorsing Joe Biden's flailing Democratic presidential campaign and that put him above and over Bernie and all the rest of the Democratic candidates? Okay, y'all got his name in the chat already. Y'all some intelligent black people. Let's hold court today, family. This is a home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. Yes, it is. I don't know. I've heard other folks say that there's other court shows out there. I don't know nothing about that. I just know that this is the home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. I've had this revelation on the gavel for too many years, and I brought it to my platforms. Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So it was a black man that was credited as the kingmaker for Joe Biden, right? And it wasn't just that he delivered North Carolina, right? Was it? Yes. South Carolina. Did I say North Carolina? No. He wasn't just credited for delivering the state of South Carolina. They said because of his endorsement, it influenced and impacted the rest of the many of the other states that were preparing to vote, right? So it's a black man that's credited for, number one, putting Joe Biden in the running to have an even viable presidential candidate. Because y'all know Joe Biden been running for president for 40 years and has lost and is a failed presidential candidate. And Obama picked the failure as his vice president. Is that right? So it was a Deep South chitlin and cotton brother that's responsible for reviving Joe Biden's campaign, right? Somebody say a black man. Watch this. Then, because you know that when you're dealing with an electorate, nearly half is going to be white folks going to vote for the Democratic side, half of white folks, nearly 50, about 40 some, 48, 49% of white folks going to be Democratic, 48, 49% going to be Republican. I'm throwing that out there because those numbers are closest to 50. What I'm trying to show you is that the difference maker is your vote, black people. You're the most dependable and the most predictable base. You're the most predictable electorate. So that's when they start to fight like hell and show up. And when I say fight, I mean fight like to show up to your chicken fries, your fish fries, and to attend your churches for that Sunday. That's what I mean, fight. So they start fighting for the black vote because it's your vote that's going to sway it one way or another. See, white folks can't even depend on each other. They know they're getting ready to come back right down the middle. So they start fighting for that little small slither of a group that can make up the difference and can determine which white supremacist is going to be in power. That's what makes your vote powerful. So they credited black women as the top demographic, and next to that, black men overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden too. So you all are responsible for reviving his failing presidential campaign in the Democratic field. You're responsible for putting him in the White House right now. And Joe Biden tells you that for the first day and for the first 10 days, his priorities are who and what with the executive orders. Amongst those on the list, removing his travel ban, Paris climate change, eviction, student loans, all that stuff. Watch this. And ordering agencies to figure out how to reunite children separated from their families. I'm all about having a heart for people that's in need and that flees to other country because they truly have an issue. I'm all about a heart for people of the nations because I'm a black woman. I'm the original woman. We're responsible for every person entering the planet. Nobody comes to planet Earth say they come through us. My God. Y'all ain't ready for the door. You all have heard it said from the Jesus of 2,000 years ago that I am the way, the truth, and the life. There are multiple revelations to that, but there's a door that you come through to get to planet Earth, and you come through the womb of a woman. And the original woman, the only one that has the dominant key to that what is it? Mitochondria. So the black, the brown, the red, the yellow, the white, all of that makes your way on our planet by us and through us. Somebody talk black to me. I love people of the nation, of the world, but I'm black first. Black first doesn't mean nobody else matters. It just means we're the priority. And because I'm your mama, when I correct you for coming to this country as immigrants and collaborating with our open enemy, I'm correcting you as your mom. I have the right to do that. I find it interesting when little Negroes come jumping on Twitter. You know who you are, brother. And social media. To try to tell me about some teachings. And to try to tell me, basically, I'm stirring up division because I'm calling other people groups out for their disrespect of us. Now, I want you to sit down because you're in class. I know you think you're smarter than me. I had a brother wants me put a whole thing on there, want to know, did I understand the history about the Mexican War and stuff? He put several other historical events on there, wanted to school me on. Wanted to let me know Hispanic people are people that have African roots. Slowness. Y'all know I say all this in love. Because I'm picking up crumbs. I'm picking up bones and stuff. So I got to address it. Shout out to you, Jake. Jake said, do your thing. You know I'm going to do it, beloved. Thank you. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Listen. So he says, you know, Hispanic people, brown people, black and brown coalition, all this other kind of stuff. You know they have African roots. Let me tell you funny looking stuff, something, slowness. I love my brown people, red people, yellow people, and the non-racist, white supremacist white people. My problem, Marco Rubio. Take that in. Does anybody want to understand why did Vicky invoke Marco Rubio's name? Excuse me. My problem, watch this. Ted Cruz, my God, today. Let me just go on and break it down because you all don't get this. Let me help you. Let me help you. Trying to give me a history lesson. Slowness. My problem is that those Hispanics, those two, for example, that are two of the most prominent, the most well-known, and two of the most powerful, they are Hispanics. Watch this, watch this, watch the shift, watch the deepness I'm getting ready to give you. Watch the deepness. I got to tell you it's deep because you may miss that it's deep. Watch this deepness right here. They identify. Not me. I didn't say me, did I? I said they identify as white Hispanics. It's not me that you need to be trying to tell these Hispanics that they got African roots to. I fear that you're directing your energy to the wrong person. Ain't me, baby. Who are you? You ain't talking to me. I want to know from my Hispanic brothers and sisters, since folks want to talk about a black and brown coalition and your African roots, which we already know, because I'm your mama, with all due respect. Seeing that's the case, our question is on your congressional documents, on your college tuition documents, your Pell Grant applications and stuff. We're trying to when you're trying to get a home, you're applying for a job, you're applying for your visa. When they pull up the paperwork, we're trying to see. Let me get me a pen. We want to know, if you are so African, since you're so African, why on the paper you check off this? Why do you identify as white Hispanic? It's not me that you need to be trying to give no history lessons to. You need to say to them, You need to say, Marco, little Marco Rubio. Why is it you, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz help more than any? You are two of the most powerful, most well-known senators who identify as white Hispanics that stood with Trump during the most egregious times. You helped to promote and create the monster that he is. Our question to you is, seeing that you have Black roots, how is it that when you ran for Congress, you put on those your federal papers that you white? Why do you identify as that? Let me put this left eye hair up because I need you to see my eyes real good. Shout out to you, Kim. Kim said, teacher, preacher, says, I love you, Kim. Kim is about one of my day one V-Highs. I love my sister. Watch this. And I bless your gift, beloved, 1,000-fold. Watch this. I don't want you to miss my eye action. Ted Cruz. LaMarco Rubio. How can you make it make sense? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So don't come to me. See, this is how you know we've helped to teach other people groups to treat us like a slave. Because when we stand up for ourselves and we call out the shenanigans of other people groups, they turn around and tell us that we're the divisive ones. I had this fellow. We talking about Joe Biden's priorities, right? This fella, I'll get back to him in a minute. Let me go back to this Joe Biden piece. One of the last things that New York Times says, they got this list, they said, from Ron Klain, which is, he's the incoming chief of staff for Biden. It says, what was the last thing it says? And ordering agencies to figure out how to reunite children separated from their families after crossing the border. The people they're referring to there broke the law. They broke federal law. Joe Biden says on day one, not even day 10, Joe Biden says on day one that his top priority is to make sure that illegal immigrant lawbreakers are first and foremost reunited back with their mamas. I'm all about the kids being reunited. I'm talking about priorities. I'm saying Jim Crow Joe Biden separated Black families for the last 30, 40 years. I don't see him putting up any executive actions to undo the damage of the Black families he separated. Somebody talk Black to me. It's not that the illegal immigrants who violated federal law to get here are on the list. And they trying to separate the mama and the kids and stuff. And the daddies and them, the uncles and aunties and stuff. It's that what's not on the list are the millions of Black families, directly or indirectly. That's why I say millions. It's no exaggeration. Directly or indirectly. Because of the residual and snowball effect for the past 40 years of families that were destroyed. The man, mostly men, taken out of the house, messing with the economics of the home, the education of the children, the well-being of the woman, the mother, the nurturer. What about all of those Black families that Joe Biden himself is mainly responsible for destroying? The Black people that made sure that you got in office, Joe Bangles, Clyburn, Jim Crow Clyburn, all the Black women and all the Black girl magic that y'all like to talk about, and the Black men that voted for him, y'all the one put him there. The people he put on the priority were illegal, so they couldn't vote. Y'all play too much. Some of the people that he got on the list that he said he's fixing to deal with on day one, they broke the law. They're not even citizens. They couldn't vote. And Joe says they're on the list for not day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, I told you that there are some executive orders he's going to do in a 10-day blitz. But the list I just gave you is what Ron Klain, his incoming chief of staff, said that Joe's going to do on day one. And that's how he's going to help the people that couldn't vote for him, that didn't vote for him. Vicky, who cares? It's executive action. What's the big deal? What's your big point about the executive action? Well, could it be? Y'all, thumbs up, like, and share. Family, do not forget. Do not forget to make sure that you connect with us at clubvicky.com. Sign up for my mastermind. The link is in the chat, clubvicky.com. Tomorrow night is going down. By the way, if you missed my live, you can still join. But if you don't have to be there live on Wednesday nights, I'm there live to answer your questions. But you can always watch the replay, because shortly after I do the course, within a day or so, usually, the course is put up there. So still join, even if you're not available on Wednesday nights, because the content and the teachings are still available to you. Clubvicky.com. Listen, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit education or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you all for sharing and liking. I certainly appreciate it. Those of you that are just tuning in, my name is Vicky Dillard. I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. We are back here. I know you all missed us here all last week, but we're back now, beloved. The team is taking care of the background stuff that went on, but thankfully I was able to go live on yourblackworldtv.com. Make sure you subscribe there as well, because if there's ever an issue, I want you to know that's where I'll be, at yourblackworldtv.com. So subscribe there as well. But I'm here typically Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Set your alarms, put it in your calendar. Even if the notifications don't go out like they didn't yesterday and so forth. I went early yesterday too. But make sure that you know that typically, normally, weekdays, I'm here 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So you translate the time depending on your time zone, okay? Listen, now that I've read the Copyright Act disclaimer, does anybody remember what Jim Crow Joe Biden said about executive orders when he was asked about it during a very disrespectful meeting that he had with the useless, old, dead civil rights leaders? I would never disrespect our true elders, but I'm talking about your so-called civil rights leaders that have sold you out. Lay Perry says, you're the only one I watch. Thank you, precious. Listen.
Record. And now I have a copy of it, and now you're listening.
I want you to listen to a little bit, in case you forgot, of Joe Biden's. Y'all remember some weeks back, I broke some of this news live, as well as other Black media members, on some of the leaked audio from a private meeting that Joe Biden had with some of your useless Al Sharpton and them types. No disrespect, but Reverend Al ain't no, he ain't no revolutionary no more. Reverend Al needs to eat.
It also included a few Biden-esque boasts.
I'm the first person, black or white, who called attention to the fact that you were finding that there was the rate of people who are African Americans are dying was 3 times that of white people. I don't carry around a stamp on my head saying progressive and I'm AOC, but I have more of a record of getting things done in the United States Congress than anybody you know. Anybody you know.
Some Biden cringe.
By 2040,
listen,
this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics.
What? Ask yourself, why would that even come up in the middle of a conversation with black civil rights folks? Why would he sit there and tell them that white folks is getting ready to, the numbers diminishing? Why would this white man bring that up in the middle of a meeting with black leaders? Don't forget the context of the meeting. Remember the context of the meeting, and I did a show on this too. How many of y'all remember seeing it? Remember black leaders who told you to go vote for nothing and don't demand nothing for your vote? Remember, Joe Biden and Kamala and them was ignoring their calls. I got to bring y'all back up to speed. Did y'all forget? I know it seemed like it's been an eternity, but Trump in office, everything seemed like it's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 centuries long. Do you all remember when Reverend Al, National Urban League leader, NAACP leader, I'm forgetting some of the other nobodies. Remember they took to white media. They came out and busted Joe Biden and Kamala and said they not return their calls. So they had to go public. They start telling the white media that Joe Biden and them are ignoring their calls. That's how they had to sit down in the first place, because Reverend Al, the NAACP, what did I say, the other one, Urban League and them and others, they were crying because Joe Biden, who they put in office and voted for and told you that your life is on the line and your whole world is getting ready to end. They didn't get any concessions. They got no understanding before voting, but they told you to go out there and do it. Joe didn't say he was going to do any specific economic program for black folk, but they told you to take your butt out there and vote. They said, we got to get Trump out. So it's saying, yeah, since they desperate to get Trump out, let's use this as leverage to get our agenda done. And because we're the we're the base of the Democratic Party, let's use our power as leverage. Let's not be slaves this time. Just this one time in life, you're not going to be a slave. What do you mean? That means we're going to actually get something. We're not going to put somebody in power and then give them and have no demands. We're going to say, okay, we'll be glad to vote for you, Joe. Your number one priority is going to be a black agenda, black economics, reparations. Remember, they told you don't even ask for nothing. Remember? The shame of the blacks that voted for Joe Biden isn't just that you voted. The shame is that you told us to do it for nothing and don't ask for nothing. Spoken like a real loser. See, when you don't know how to win, the Sambo in you, the coon, the biscuit, the bone in you start to shake and quiver when master looked like he in trouble. Remember they taught you about some of the slaves? We sick, master? And the slaves who didn't own the plantation ran out to save master's house when it set on fire. Y'all do know there was fires back in the day. Y'all do understand that it wasn't 911 like it is today. And even 911 don't halfway make it to a lot of these fires today to put them out. What am I talking about? When some of the black slaves would say, master, we sick. They would say, we sick when the master was sick. They didn't see the master separate from themselves. They would say, master, we sick. That's some of y'all. That's in your inner DNA. See, I cast out those kinds of demons. See, I do the Lord's work. Vicky, why are you using Christian language like that? I do the Lord's work. I'm an exorcist. Any trace of a Sambo or a biscuit in you is coming out in my presence, baby. Do you all know somebody messaged the other day? They said, Vicky, they said they was asleep, listen to me, and I was banging the gavel and they woke up out to sleep. Somebody else said that one of their speakers or something busted. I'm a high frequency, high energy. Y'all know I've been dealing with my vocals for the last couple of months, another health issue on top of another health issue that my holistic doctor has me working out. So y'all know I ain't been able to scream like I used to at certain points. My brother Warren Muhammad, he told me one time, he messaged me, he said he was laughing at me. He said, because sis, you start out so sweet, you come out so sweet and kind and soft. You know how y'all come in. I said, Assalamu alaikum, shalom. They said, I be coming out so sweet. And then he said, you just start giving out digital toe tags. The brother said, sis, you come out so sweet. You be so sweet and so kind. And he said, then you just start giving out digital toe tags. That's what I do for the coon in you. Somebody talk like to me because you need deliverance. My rehab is coming to a theater near you. My digital rehab is on the way. Watch this. So some of you still got that in your DNA to where you watching Joe Biden. Your mind knows full well the history. But then something in you quiver like, oh, his campaign in trouble. Master, we sick? That's what quivers in you. That's that spirit that's in you. That demon I got to get ready to cast out. Cast out. You didn't even know that that demon was in you latent. You didn't know you was going to college, got your degree. You didn't know that you was running a whole department of 300 people and that you was possessed. It wasn't actually, it was a latent, inactive demon in you. But something had to happen, like Joe Biden's campaign in trouble, for it to quiver in you to know, oh my God, something in me. That's y'all. That's that quiver. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna go vote, but it's getting scary now. The numbers is real tight between him and Trump. I gotta get out there to make sure that I got to. That other slave who saw the master's house on fire. Vicky, what do you mean by that analogy? The other analogy that I gave you about the slave that would put out the fire of the master's plantation. I don't get it, Vicky. The fact that you don't get it lets me know there's something in you that needs to be cast out. If the master has a plantation and you're on it, that means you're a slave. That means that the master's property, which means something to him, is going up in flames. You trying to put out the fire running for the water means you're helping to preserve the basis of your oppression. God, today, you running out to get water, you're trying to stop. You're trying to prevent the slave quarters. Somebody say, let it burn. And we told you, Joe. I know I did. And I certainly was encouraging others. I had so many people mad at me. People that y'all may consider big and small and all in between. That's Vicky that's encouraging them people to not to vote. Yes, fool, dummy, proudly. I need an award for that. I wear that as a badge. I said to you guys before, we will let Joe Biden's campaign burn. I see a lot of fire. In fact, I'm getting heat for real on my shoulders. Look at all them fires and emojis in the chat. Thumbs up, family. Don't forget that we have a business school family. Now is not the time in this environment to lean and rely 100% on your open enemy to sustain you. You better quit complaining about COVID and level up like a whole lot of other people did in 2020. 2020 was terrible in many ways and for a lot of people, but it wasn't for everybody else. It's about what you do. Do you, and during times of trouble, do you see opportunity? Join flynubianbusiness.com. You better learn how to start your own business. Even if you're working in corporate America and maybe you don't want to run your own business full time, have an additional stream of income. We said, let it burn. Y'all said, let's throw water on it and stand in the line during COVID and say the election. Say this campaign. No promises. It might have been worth it. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up.
And I say it.
But it was also a space for an airing of, if not grievances, at least slight disappointments, and a forum for civil rights leaders to lobby Biden on everything from personnel to executive action to legislation. Many of those in the meeting urged Biden to be aggressive in his use of executive power.
Listen. I want to ask that you consider issuing an executive order to create a national task force to examine challenges to our democracy, a national voter access commission.
It's going to be important, for example, that one of your first actions is a reversal of the executive order that President Trump promulgated that essentially seeks to gag conversations about diversity, race, and history among anyone who contracts with the federal government. And so we would ask you to lend your voice and your strength and your influence and your power and your ability to reach across the aisle to try and pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. But failing that, we would ask you to pull from that act measures that can be enacted by executive order. You have the power to call for a national database on police misconduct. You have the power to ask for a registry that will allow people to easily search in public multiple misconduct complaints against particular officers. You have the ability to impose a database around police killings and police shootings. And these are things that you can do by executive order. There is a prison tragedy that is unfolding because of COVID. I encourage you to use your power to order an investigation of state and local prisons and jails to find out precisely what is happening. And you have that power through the Department of Justice.
And here's Al Sharpton.
We don't care about throwing fists in the air and the symbols. We want the substance. The Joe Biden I've known is substance. The Kamala Harris I've known is substance. We need it now more than ever. And I would hope that on the first day you start doing the things with your executive orders to restore some dignity to law enforcement in our community and to voting.
Biden, in fact, has an enormous amount of power as president.
You all forgot in December when this was leaked that this was a major part of this private meeting he had with many of these useless civil rights leaders. There may have been one or two that might be worth something, but the Al Sharptons and all of that stuff, you heard him lying on there. The Joe Biden, I know is substance. Forget the fist in the air. The Kamala, I know is substance. That's him ingratiating himself, being the utter shucking and jiver that he is, the bone and biscuit that he is. That's him, bowing and kissing the ring. And notice Reverend Al said, I would hope that on your first day, restore some dignity with the Criminal Justice Department on your first day in office. Well, Joe done told y'all's funny looking selves no. I just read you what his chief of staff said he's finna do on day one. Joe said he finna do something for everybody but you. Y'all forgot that this executive action and demand was being made. Did y'all forget that? Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, family. Like and share. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, family, at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Why? Because you can find out what's happening to in other areas of my life. I'm posting all kinds of fun stuff. I've got some exciting things I believe that's coming up in 2021, family, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm a contributor not only here on Fly Nubian Queen, but thank God, shout out to Dr. Boyce, who also puts me on several other platforms as well. But also I'm a contributor on another large platform called African Diaspora News Channel. So family, you can find out other things that's happening with me at Vicky X Dillard. Vicky X Dillard. My name is spelled V-I-C-K-I. There are no double K's in my name. There are no E's in my name. There are no Y's in my name. My mother kept it simple. And no, my name is not short for Victoria. People just be assuming that. I be seeing people put, hey, Victoria. Did I say my name was Victoria? My mother said, Mother D said, you didn't look like no Victoria. She birthed me. She the mama. She said, you didn't look like no Victoria. Your name is Vicky. Did the Lord tell you that? It was a special word? Did you? No, it was Vicky. And that's your name. That's the deepness. That came from Mother Dillard. V-I-C-K-I. That's it. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. My last name first on Twitter. What did Joe Biden say?
2 episodes ago, we devoted an entire show to just that.
Watch this.
Turns out that Biden does not
Watch this.
be a deconstructed subscriber.
Thumbs up, like and share. Here you go.
There's some things that I'm going to be able to do by executive order. I'm not going to hesitate to do it. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do what used to, Benita, you probably used to get angry with me during the debates when you'd have some of the people in your support said, on day one, I'm going to executive order to do this. Not within.
You hear what he said? He's mocking people that says that on day one with executive orders, they're going to do this. Joe said, for you Negroes that's up here making all these demands, you got me twisted.
In the constitutional authority.
Listen.
I am not going to violate the Constitution. How
you going to violate? You ain't violating the Constitution by trying to make a law for illegal people that violated federal law to get here, and you worried about connecting them to their families, but you ain't worried about reconnecting all the black families you screwed over for a couple of generations. Listen to Joe Biden. Joe says, Negro, when you ask for something, he subtly compares that to it being a violation of the Constitution. But that don't go to his mind when it comes down to folks who violated federal law, who are not citizens, and who could not have voted for Joe. That other big list that I gave you, that he said he gonna do on day one, you are nowhere on there. Y'all forgot this tape, didn't you?
There's a Constitution. It's our only hope. Our only hope. And the way to deal with it is where I have executive authority, I will use it to undo every single damn thing this guy has done by executive authority.
Shut up. Shut up. The last Black female voice you heard is a Black attorney. She specializes in a lot of constitutional law. She's argued in a number of important cases in high-level courts. The things that the sister mentioned to him, she works for NAACP, everything she told him are things that she knows and has researched that's within his power to do as president. All the stuff, Cheryl Eiffel, I believe that's her name. Attorney Cheryl Eiffel, everything she told his funny looking self he could do on day one with this executive action, she is an expert in law on that. Joe is telling you Negroes with much hostility to sit down and shut up. Now, I don't let white supremacists tell me to sit down and shut up. I tell them to do that. And then I go live my life and be great. Dominate and work with my people, and then watch your days and time on our planet end organically because of your resistance to us, mistreatment of us, and your failure to cease and desist oppression. Somebody talk Black to me. See, I've got to connect the dots. That's something I've been saying we've been doing. I've been saying that for a long time now. My sister Geneva Bone, thank you, wonderful Black news. Thank you. Thumbs up, like, and share. I won't be before you long, but I will be strong.
Authority. But I'm not going to exercise executive authority where it's questioned, where I can come along and say, I can do away with assault weapons. There's no executive authority to do away with that. And no one's fought harder to get rid of assault weapons than me. Me. But you can't do it.
Why is this fool sitting there talking about assault weapons? No Black person on the planet has ever sat up there and fussed about no Second Amendment rights and some assault weapons. Again, Joe is intentionally mixing, amalgamating, and confusing stuff on purpose to make you think that what you're asking for is not possible for him to do. Joe is telling you this in other words. Joe is saying, I'm a white supremacist. I know how white supremacists think on the GOP aisle side. Because remember, Joe said he can't wait to get in the office to become family and become one with them. Remember, Joe Biden said he was not going to humiliate the Republicans. Have you guys done your research to know who Joe Biden's mentor was? His political mentors? Well-known racist white supremacists? Do you guys know that Joe Biden is exactly the same as the open racist GOP members? That's who he was able to easily get bipartisan assistance on his anti-Black laws. They had that in common. Do you understand? Yes, higher ground. Strom Thurmond was one of them. Strom Thurmond was one, yes. Somebody said Bird. He was another. I'm talking to some intelligent Black people. That's his bipartisanship. It's with the GOP racists. So Joe knows that if he publicly does something like that for us on day one, that's going to run the others. It's going to make them run away. And he's not about to offend them. Family, don't forget to text the word Queens to 31996. Check out our business school at flynubianbusiness.com and also check out flynubianmoney.com. Flynubianmoney.com.
And poor Kamala's heard me say this, and so has Cedric. I used to have a friend named Bob Gold who was a really bright guy, not much of it. We went to school together. He wasn't an active.
Let me just say this real quick. I cannot stand when I'm in the presence of a racist or a white supremacist and they start telling me stupid stories like that. I once knew this girl name. I once knew this guy name. They do that because they think that you're interested in their white supremacist lives. You Negroes have been so excited always to be within their presence. You laugh when stuff ain't funny. You scratch where you're not itching for white people. Joe is so used to you being enamored with the nothingness of it all in his conversations. He invokes that nothingness. I'm a different breed of blackness. I don't sit in the presence of a white supremacist and they get to telling me stories like that. And I sit there and actually listen to it. I will start doing yoga poses. Y'all know how I do. Y'all play too much. You disrespect me with your wife, unless I'm trying to, there's an axiom, a spiritual axiom that says to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Now, you got to be wise in some things and play it off when you're trying to have a strategic end. Don't get me wrong, family. Context is everything. But when I don't have no strategic end with you, baby, I'm fixing to start running a bubble bath. I'm getting my salts. I'm getting my bath bombs, my rose petals. Somebody say fruit. Where my sister at? My beehive people at? You talking? All while Joe talking. Here, Joe. This me in the presence of a white supremacy telling me they're nothing stories.
Academic whiz.
The Bob Gold story sadly doesn't go anywhere. The upshot of the anecdote is that he taught Biden the word overstand, which is a kind of black power term from back in the day that was used as a stand-in for understand, but adding in an element of level awareness.
He looked at me and said, Joe, I not only understand you, I overstand you. I'm sure you overstand me here.
Biden also heard from the NAACP's Johnson, whose organization, among many others, had been pushing to have Representative Marcia Fudge named as Agriculture Secretary.
Watch this.
The Biden camp had been leaning toward picking Tom Vilsack.
All about the white supremacists talking. Joe talking to me. He's expecting me to be impressed. Like Reverend Al. All while he talking. Ooh, right there. Ooh, I felt that. He talking, I'm talking. He talking, I'm talking too. Ooh, I felt it right there. Ooh, yes. He talking, this me. Ooh, yes. Ah, right there. Ooh, thank you. Ooh. And then they'll be staring at me after it's over with. All while he talking, when he come to a standstill. Looking at me like, did I hear anything? Looking and expecting me to be impressed. And when he stopped talking, the only thing I do is yawn real big. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I beg your pardon. That's not what you're going to get from me. Listening to one of your boring white supremacist stories that you want me to be impressed with, because my grandmother in the 30s was acting like she was impressed. My grandmother from the 30s wasn't really impressed. She just knew your wicked ways and didn't want to set you out, so she was just playing with you too. Family, don't forget some of the stuff that some of your black family wasn't all for real coons and shambos. They was just messing with the mind of the white supremacists so they can make it on down the road. Let me tell you a story. Thumbs up, family. I'm from the deep South. I come from good stock, my maternal and paternal family. They call the deep South, Mississippi. Born and raised before I moved to the wild, wild west. My God, today. Watch this. True story. Now, I don't know nothing about these little modern Girl Scouts that let anybody in and that don't stand for nothing. We was a part of a real Girl Scout, the group I was in. But I come from a legacy of Girl Scouts. My grandmother was a Girl Scout leader, but she was in a book. The Girl Scouts meant way more than that. They were deeper than these little sororities and stuff. God bless y'all. That's as close as I came to the little sororities. It was Girl Scouts. And I was a Girl Scout from when, how old was I? 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere in there, all the way to I was in high school. So about 10 years. So maybe I was 8, all the way to high school. Me and my sister, we was like senior in high school before we stopped being Girl Scouts. We was legacy. Excuse me. Thumbs up, family. Start your black business. FlyNubianBusiness.com. Link is in the chat while I'm telling you this story. True story. We legacy Girl Scouts. What y'all know about Oh My Honor? I'll try to serve God in my country. Help people at all times to live by the Girl Scout law. But y'all know about that. Before I buy any Girl Scout cookies once a year, when I'm sending them little girls out there. Now I'm in the West now. Every now and then when I would go out, I hope I see a couple of them. Some of the cookies ain't right no more. They different little cookies. I don't believe in the sugarless. What's some of them new cookies they got? Whatever. If it ain't got all the for real juices in it, it ain't hitting on that. The Do-si-dos ain't right no more. Tangalos ain't right. Truffles ain't right. Stuff is just not right. So before the little girls get my money, and I'm a giver, soon as I see them, they be out there in the cold and stuff like that. Some of them be little Karens and stuff, and little Becky's in the making. Watch this. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout? Oh, whoa. Okay. Got some cash here. What's the Girl Scout? Promise. 70% of the time, they don't know it. 70% of the time, the little girls don't know it. I ain't stingy with my money, but I'm just trying to see if you for real about that Girl Scout life. But nevertheless, let me tell you a story that took place in the 20th century with my grandmother, way before I was born. Again, she's literally in a Girl Scout book. She's in a book. I'm come from real history. Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, like and share. In Mississippi, you all know this was time of Jim Crow. So all of the black Girl Scout leaders and groups, troops, and so forth, came together with the white Girl Scouts. And I forget the name of the place that was downtown in the city that I'm from. It's a very well-known, historic building. They had concerts there and all kinds of stuff at that building. Very old, historic building. So my grandmother, sometime in the 20th century, she was a Girl Scout leader. And so her Girl Scouts had done so well, they were supposed to have received a major honor that would have made the little white Girl Scout troops look crazy. But the white Girl Scout leader, I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to teach y'all what to do. Y'all know I give you corporate training. I tell you what to do with Becky's sister. Ain't that right? I'm giving you some more training about strategy. I learned this trick from my grandmother. May she rest in power. She was a scholar, an artist, a prophetic woman, a bunch of stuff. My maternal grandmother. Watch this. So my maternal grandmother, all the white Girl Scout troops, black Girl Scout troops, all of them were supposed to come together. And the black Girl Scout troops were also supposed to receive their awards. But guess what? When it was time for them to go across the stage, my grandmother said that the white Girl Scout leaders made it clear to them that Corrine, you know how white folks, they don't call you Miss Evans or call you by your name. Respect. Corrine, when your Girl Scouts, they'll shout out the black girls' names, but they're not supposed to come across the stage. Y'all play too much. I'm trying to give you Corrine status, a strategy. So my grandmother said the white lady told her, yeah, because the black girls are supposed to get all this credit and stuff. Twin born, I love your show. You laugh and learn. Thank you. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I'm glad you laugh and learn. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm almost done, y'all. Watch these. So grandma said, white lady said, Corrine, now when your troops' names call, we'll call their names, but y'all not supposed to go across the, don't go across that stage. My grandma, yes, ma'am, miss. Yes, ma'am. And my grandmama showed what overdo it. Yes, ma'am. She showed me too. Yes, ma'am. I don't remember the actual Girl Scout troop number. Corrine Evans, Girl Scout troop number 19. Grandmama trotted them little chocolate, melanin, black, beautiful goddesses across that stage. Grandmama was faking the funk when she told that white woman, yes, ma'am, with a big old smile and a shake. Grandmama was, yes, ma'am. Corrine, don't you bring those girls across the stage. We'll call the name. Grandma, yes, ma'am. Corrine Evans, troop number 19. She trotted all of them little chocolate, gorgeous little goddesses across that stage. Now, that's the only time that's permissive. When you got a long-term agenda, then fake the funk up front so that you can get your stuff down and stop. That's that Corrine strategy. Somebody talk black to me. Yeah, don't you take. No, baby, we got all of our accolades. My grandma was too intelligent to argue with this white woman 2 minutes before the presentation. What she finna do? Stop the whole show? Make them rewind and come back? Do the moonwalk and come back off the stage the opposite direction? Y'all got to know when to, what does this thing say? I don't even play cards. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You got to know when to put it on. Yes, ma'am. She said it quick too. But no, what? No, mine's is getting ready to go cross there. Mine's work hard. She just said, yes, ma'am. She assessed the situation. She came to the conclusion, what's she going to do? So I tried to across there. You got to assess the situation. Somebody talk black to me. Y'all play too much. I done got all the way off the subject. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share. Joe Biden has prioritized Hispanics, immigrants. Again, if you come in here saying you causing division, you fight and all this, you need to watch my whole show. I'm not finna help you. Right? I am still helping the turtles, but the turtles gonna have to assess my whole show. I don't do stuff in tweet form for people that don't follow my work and look at my body of work that I do. You ain't finna get no one-on-one like that when you can get it on your own. You want me to relieve your inner screaming coon. You want me to put to rest that mammy that's just hollering all out. No, I'm going to let you suffer a bit. My job to relieve you, and you grown. You 50 years, you want me to do the work? No, I'm giving you tools as it is. Somebody talk back to me. I said I'm giving you tools as it is. You want somebody to make your whole life work. I'm sitting here battling the autoimmune illness and some more stuff, and you want to just pile on and have everybody do everything. I'm giving you such as I have. I'm doing the Club Vicky stuff. I'm trying to love on you. I'm here 5 days a week as much as I can be. But you still want more. Forget what you got going on in your life, your own things that you battling with. What you giving me ain't, I won't. Come on, somebody talk back to me. Shout out to you, Miss Thomas, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Teresa said, Professor Vicky, thank you, beloved. Thumbs up, like and share. Play too much. Watch this, watch this. I'm almost done. Did y'all miss me? We're going to get back in the flow. Let everybody let everybody know, Fly Nubian Queen, we back in the routine, okay? Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Your sister with the curly braids. They talk black to me. Watch this, watch this. Watch this. Y'all remember this? Again, I did a show on this. This right here, this set some of you Negroes off big time when I was discussing this on my Twitter page. Of course, I did a show on it too, but y'all remember that? This is a piece from the AP. California gets Latino U.S. Senator, some black leaders angry. Y'all see that? Remember, I discussed that. Y'all know I don't fool with Kamala. But I did find it interesting for those, you know, to the degree that she claims that she's black, because y'all know she go back and forth. She emphasizes her Indian side a lot of times, but when she have a political agenda, that's when she push the blackness. Watch this. So some of you all was really tripping when I was tripping about, okay, y'all, look at y'all done voted for these Democrats. The Democrats out of California, your so-called real liberal state. Newsom put a Hispanic guy out there. And folks were saying, well, California is 40% Hispanic. Watch this. America was built 100% by blacks. America, the invention of America, the maintenance of America, the maintaining of America, all that was for 100% black. Shout out to you, Dwayne Robinson, for your $100 gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold, brother. Thank you so much for supporting Black media. All of you that are giving, I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Just know that whatever portion that the network gets of that, they turn right back around and reinvest it into the network. And we thank you so much for believing and supporting in us. Listen, let me tell y'all something with your funny looking self. The brother gonna say, so you actually have a problem? A brother, I said. With a Hispanic person? Basically another person of color? Taking her place and being a senator? No, fool. The question is, are you upset that there is absolutely 0 black women that's a senator? Are you upset that white folks feel like that it's a treat? You are already lucky that you vice president, but you don't get to level the playing fields. You don't get additionals. It's a win, lose, or draw. If you want to be a senator, okay, one of y'all can be senator. Oh, but you're trying to be vice president. Okay, then you ain't finna be no senators. You're just gonna be a vice president. The question is, aren't you bothered by that? Let me tell y'all what I tweeted out, and I want to help you understand something. Because black folk invented America, and because black folks are the only ones that still oppressed, and because black folks are the only one that still has not received reparations, and because white folk and white supremacist systems are still oppressing us, because black folks have never received our due, because black folks have never received parity and equality in places of power, I said, if there was a blackout, that means if there was nothing but black people, as for it to be every mayor, every governor, the president, the whole cabinet, all of the U.S. Congress, all of state Congress and everybody else, if it was a total blackout for 500 years, what's it to you? I'm speaking to my Hispanic brothers and sisters right now, yellow brothers and sisters, red brothers and sisters, white brothers and sisters. Don't you agree that if it was a total blackout for 500 years, surely you wouldn't have a problem with that? Seeing our history. 40% of the people in California, 100% of America was built by us. And 100% of everybody that comes to the country benefits directly or indirectly from that free labor. Don't you think it's only just and right? Even if we had every position for millennia, surely you wouldn't have a problem with that, would you? You see how that y'all get on my nerves because we are advocating for our people to be in positions of power. You make it a matter of division. No black person has ever received our due. Enough of us haven't been in places of power. There That's right, Motown House. Fencing stolen goods. That's exactly what it is. Y'all know I also made a similar reference to that from that book, How White Folks Got So Rich. Y'all know how many times I quote that book? Somebody talk black to me. Let me get ready to go. I'm bringing this up with Joe Biden because before he even takes office, I'm saying we're going to keep our foot on his neck. And you guys, since he's in power, him and Kamala, don't let up the pressure. I'm saying you need to call him out on the fact that folks who broke federal law to get here, he's made priority for day one. And he sat there and cussed you out in a meeting that only happened because the bootlegs got mad and ran and told white mommy and white daddy in corporate media. Think about that. They wouldn't have even gotten that meeting with Joe if they didn't go and snitch to the white corporate media to say Joe ain't returning our calls. He ain't including us in conversations. So this is your opportunity to keep your foot on his neck. This is your opportunity to make major demands of the Biden administration. Since you voted for him, this is an opportunity to make sure he never forgets it and to humiliate him at every turn and to frustrate his agenda by intelligence and strategy until you bend the knee. Get it? I love you. Text the word Queens to 31996 so that you can get on our phone list. Follow. Make sure that you subscribe to flynubianqueen.com. That's our website. Make sure that you, if you want to learn about investing, go to flynubianmoney.com. If you want to learn about starting your own black business, which you need to be on ASAP, go to flynubianbusiness.com. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's VICKI. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Big shout out to my VIV in the digital building. Love you for your support and for your marketing. Follow me on Instagram. You can find out more about them, especially if you check my Instagram stories. Family, I love you to pieces. I honor you, flynubianqueentv.com. And those of you that are on our affiliate networks, it's a privilege and an honor. You're special people. I bow to you. You're my privilege. You're my bliss, my joy. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. What time? 6:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday, right here on flynubianqueentv.com.